Hello, JoomCast listeners. Tim Davis here. Usually we like to start this podcast with something lighthearted, and we'll get to that in a second, but we're going to start out with something a little bit sad, and that is when we did this recording with Daniel Dubois, the sound quality was not what we hoped for. And so actually it's been weeks that I've been working on trying to get the best sound possible out of it because it's a great interview. So I recommend putting in some earbuds or putting on a headset and listening. I think you'll pick up most of everything in this great interview with Daniel Dubois.
Let's talk about women.
Spoken like a true Frenchman.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of JoomCast, the podcast that features people who are part of the Joomla community and discovers how they got here, what they contribute to Joomla, where they're going, and a whole bunch more. My name is Chetan Madaan of JoomDev, developers of Asteroid Framework and JD Builder, and I'm here with my co-host Tim Davis of Cybersalt and Basic Joomla Tutorials Joomla channel. How you doing, Tim?
Hey, Chetan. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks.
We are getting some killer, great summer weather here on the left coast of Canada. And of course, I know it's always summertime in India, so you must have nice weather there.
Yeah. It's I wouldn't call it nice because of global warming, but yeah, it's summer. Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who are tuning in and don't know about Joomla, Joomla is a very popular CMS or content management system for building websites. As of today's recording date, Joomla is running version 3.9.10 stable, and for Joomla 4 we have version Alpha 10. Joomla 4, which is the next big Joomla version, is expected to come around the end of the year 2019, and we're all excited about that.
And we want to hear from you. You can contact us on Twitter at JoomCast, or if you're listening to this on Anchor.fm app, you can push the message button and leave a voice comment up to a minute long, and we might even include it in a future episode. Let's welcome our guest for today. Daniel Dubois is a French Joomla volunteer. He and his wife live in Brittany, France, and their Great Dane named Gamine. Daniel discovered Joomla in 2007 and has been involved as a volunteer since 2014. In 2013, he launched his own freelance webmaster company and works exclusively with Joomla, having written hundreds of tutorials and articles about the Joomla CMS on his blog, on JCM, and elsewhere. He founded the Joomla user group in Brittany and is a familiar face and speaker at Joomla World conferences and other Joomla gatherings around the world.
Daniel, welcome to JoomCast.
Hello, thank you for welcoming me. Glad to be here.
It's good to have you here. Hey, give us a little glimpse of your personal life. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Daniel. So I'm living in Brittany, which is the west part of France, close to the sea, Atlantic City. I'm 54 in next few days. I'm creating a website exclusively with Joomla since 5 years now. And I'm a very proud Joomla volunteer.
Well, happy 54th birthday in a couple of days. You're getting there just a little bit ahead of me. And Chetan is about 35 years behind.
I thought you were going to say Chetan is about 35. I'm like, what's wrong with them?
Daniel, tell us more about how you got into doing Joomla, right back before Joomla.
Before Joomla, I was working in insurance and mutual company as a marketing and commercial director. And after creating my first website in 2007, and I didn't know at this time about HTML, CSS, or PHP, and anything. And I started to create first website, and I made second one. It was so funny for me, so strange. And a friend of mine told me about Joomla. I don't say let's try Joomla. I don't know anything, so why not Joomla? And since 2007, I mainly creating maybe more 100 websites with Joomla, maybe 4 or 5 with other CMSs, but No, I'm just working with Joomla, and I've decided 5 years ago to create my and launch my own company, and based on Joomla.
Now, when you started your own company, did you just quit your job and go with Joomla, or was there a transitional time?
The transition time was maybe a few months only.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah. I was sure about what I wanted to do, and I'm lucky because my wife said to me, "Go," and okay, I go, and I create it, and it's fine. I've not so much customer, but enough, and we are happy. And working with Joomla is very less stressful than my previous position.
Is that because you work by yourself?
Mainly, yes, of course, mainly, yeah. And I can
It
decide what to do for my schedules or for my travels, for everything. I decide myself, and yeah, I live much better.
it's great, Daniel, when your partner supports you in whatever decision you take, and you follow your gut feeling. Sometimes it turns out well. Sometimes it doesn't go that well. The idea is to follow what you think will work right for you. Trust your gut, and it would just work out. Let me ask you this. Me and Tim, we experience this a lot, and since you're from the servicing industry as well, you build website for your clients, so it's not like you're doing a product. Don't you get clients who are like in one or other way married to WordPress? They're like, okay, we want to get a website in WordPress. We don't care about Joomla. How do you stay up with that and still do Joomla only?
This is a good question because it's happened often. And in this case, I used to say, I don't talk about the product. I talk only to the client about what he needs. And it's not the client who decides which product he wants. It's me because I'm the professional, not him. I'm not
Right.
professional in his area of his business. So if this guy is selling, I don't know, maybe cars or industrial machine, I don't go and say which car I need. This is the seller who tell me
Right.
which car. So
Right.
I explain to my clients, okay, you know WordPress, you know Drupal, you know Joomla. Okay, you want WordPress? Let me explain why WordPress is not maybe the best solution for you.
We asked Adam the same question, the guy we interviewed before you, and he had somewhat of a similar answer where clients shouldn't be worried about whether they're getting a WordPress or a Joomla website. They should be getting worried about the end product. But I've had cases, and I discussed this with Tim as well. He has cases as well where we'd get someone who is married to WordPress. They're like, okay, WordPress is easier to manage. We only want this created in WordPress. There is no way around it. Have you ever had something like that? And if so, how did you dealt with it?
If someone really wants WordPress, I say, okay, I have no time. I'm too busy now. So I send you a friend of mine who's working with WordPress and go away. Bye bye. Say, but to be honest, I've created maybe 2 or 3 WordPress in 5 years. And the last one, maybe it was 3 years ago, it was for my daughter. She said, Daddy, I need a blog for girly fit stuff. Okay, a WordPress is enough for you. She's dying. Well, that's it. If a company, a serious company, wants a website and tell me, I only want Drupal or I only want WordPress, I say, okay, I understand your concern, but I'm sorry, I'm too busy now. I can't handle your project. So see one of my friends.
I recently had a friend of mine who I built a Joomla site for years ago, and he just putters away at it. He wants to make a more of a serious business effort out of it, and so he came to my house to talk. So I figured, okay, every now and then he comes and talks for ideas, and he says, "Oh, everybody's telling me I should get a WordPress site." I'd listen to him and I talked to him, and I said, "Okay, after your site is built, what is the plan? Because you have to work hard if you're going to make a business out of this regardless of what you use. And once we talked about that, he saw that he wanted to continue to work with me just because there were other things he wants to add to the site. So I think a lot of times people, if they have an established business, they don't care what the site's done in. They want it to work. They want sales. They want it to help their business. Daniel, what are some of your favorite projects that you've worked on? Tell us about some of the work you've done.
The latest project was not for a client, it was for my website and for the community. I've launched online 55 Joomla overrides, and mainly I've created them for clients and projects. And I decided to list them on my website. So put it online 1 month, last month. July, and there are now 55 Joomla overrides for everyone who wants to need them. So this is my last project, and it was really fun to make it because some are just for fun and some are more serious, of course. But I like to. This is not a job. It's like. It's like a game. I like to play with Joomla. I like to play with my job. And when I open the computer in the morning, start work. It's not work.
We'll include your website in the notes for this podcast, and we'll get that from you later on at the end, how people can check those out and contact them. What other work have you done?
The latest is a project for a travel agency, and the website is a basic one, but the clients need a specific search engine in the website. So I've created a search module for Zoo because the content is added in Zoo, and when the user start to write the first letter of a city, for example, of a country, then there is a clever, a predictive answers displayed, and this is helping for the decision, and this is the most important point of this website. And with the clients, we are going to create maybe this winter a second part in this website for a private clients area. So the clients can download their flight tickets. They can have information about the visa, about medical insurance, other things that it will be implemented in the website.
So back when you were selling investments and mutual funds, did you have coding skills back then?
No. Any.
No, so you could just obtain them over time?
I've learned myself from 2007 till now. I learn every day. So no. Before coding and a website, it was like a different world for me.
So what resources did you use to teach yourself coding?
Because I'm curious and I wanted to understand how it works, if needed. Otherwise, when it's too tricky for me, too complicated, I work with developers.
You have volunteered a lot in the Joomla community. What are some of the roles that you're volunteering in right now?
Right now, just one. Since 5 years now, more than 5 years, I'm working. I'm a small member, a small part of the JET team support.
A Joomla extension directory.
Yeah, Joomla extension directory, right. And I'm working since 5 years now on this project. This is the first one. I started to volunteer for Joomla, and this is a special one for me. It's really in my heart, and I don't want to give up this project.
Okay.
This is very sentimental for me. So I've been for 3 years a board member of the French Joomla Association.
Now, getting back to what you're doing on the JED, because we hear that volunteers are needed, and we hear that there are people that are volunteering, but I think sometimes people aren't sure how specific or designed the different roles or opportunities are. So what specifically is your part on the JED team?
So let's go back 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago. I was asking a question on the Facebook group about the JED, and Tessa Mero replied me, why are you waiting? Just apply and become a member of the JED team. So I was just leaving my job as my position. So no, I can't apply. I don't want a job. I said, for me, volunteer was not really clear, and I said, okay, I applied, and Tessa trained me about this, and since 5 years, I work mainly on reviews and then on the tickets, on the ticket system. So when a user posts a review and we check the reviews, and we verify that everything is okay, and if it's okay, we publish it. And for the tickets, it's mainly about there is broken links. There are please unpublish my extension or publish my extension. I've correct the links. I've correct the files. So it's very technical, but there is lots of different things to do on the JED. So it's never the same things, and I can't get bored in this job. I love it.
Yeah, well, you're always dealing with new people or new extensions. So, so there is no repetitive work, right? Even though you're doing the same thing, but it's for a new developer every time or for a new extension every time.
I like that description because what you're doing, helping with the help tickets and reviewing reviews that are submitted, that even though you have lots of technical skills, there's an opportunity that you took, that a role that exists for a volunteer that doesn't need to have developing skills, can log in, can review, can follow some procedures or whatever, can interact, can be helpful, and are making a significant contribution because the extensions that are being submitted are what we are living on to do more things with our own sites.
Exactly. And I will probably also come back on the Joomla community magazine because I love writing on my blog, but everywhere else, but on the Joomla community magazine. So when the new Joomla community magazine will be launched, I will probably also work for Joomla here. And you don't need to be a developer to have a coding work for Joomla or to help Joomla if you want. There's many projects. Most of the projects I know mainly for community, no need coding.
Right. You can become moderator for a forum. And for JED, I think the volunteering positions are really, there's obviously an extensions review. When new extensions are submitted or updated, you continuously have to review them. And then there's the second position, which you are doing, which is reviewing the tickets or the reviews or ratings that are submitted, right? Those are like the major positions around the JED, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Got it.
I also wanted to notice there is a good many fantastic people behind the JED. Behind the JED there is Jazz, there is Hannibal, there is Hugh, there is Troy, there is many fantastic people who are working sometimes very hard to make this Joomla extension directory as better as possible for users. And sometimes I understand that it's complicated for developers, for users to wait a few days or few weeks to have a reply. But okay, guys, I understand it's long, but we are not machine. We are not. We are just.
It's not a commercial operation. It's all volunteer.
For me, it's not possible. I tried to I tried to log in the Joomla extension directory 2 or 3 times a week to work on tickets, on reviews, and try to help. But sometimes I don't have time, so sorry. And I would like to apologize if we can't do more. We would like, but we can't.
Right. I think we need more people like you above anything. We need more people like you rather than you doing all the work, which is impossible.
Daniel, where do you see Joomla in 5 years from now?
Lots of people are focused on the market share, CMS market share for Joomla. I don't know if it's a good idea to watch only this situation for Joomla. What I expect, maybe we have the same situation, but with more users, because Joomla 4, I think Joomla 4 will be a great one. And I expect and I hope for me and for my clients, essentially that will be in position to provide a very good CMS in the next years. I'm sure that every companies and organizations and associations like this still need websites. So there is many things like Internet of Things. There is many things like that are coming in the market, and maybe in 5 years something absolutely unknown today will come, and we need this for Joomla, and Joomla will have to evolve in this direction. Maybe, we don't know, in 5 years. It's in technology, in IT, 5 years, it's really, really too far for me.
So you said some people are measuring the CMS market share, like what market share does Joomla have? How do you measure the success for Joomla? How would you measure, or when would you call Joomla successful than it is right now?
3 years ago, I presented a project in GNBN in Barcelona about Joomla and how to increase the Joomla community, the Joomla users. It was based on the people who are not targeted by web agencies. I mean, it's prisoners or inmates, for American listener, retired people, and also students and people like that. And I've calculated that in France, only in France, it's only 20 million people like that. So if with the Joomla users groups, we go and see the local associations of retired, of local association of students and things like that, and we'll go say, okay, we want to to teach you how to create a website with Joomla. And we go with a basic computer and a USB key with Joomla installed on, and see how you can create a website. So with the Joomla users group, with the Joomla administrator certificate, we can teach people how to create websites with Joomla easily. So we have to go and move on if we want to increase Joomla, if we want to increase the market share. And last year I went to CMS Africa in Rwanda, in Kigali, and I met several people, and we were talking about women and IT. For me, women, it's very important, because in Africa there is, I think, something like 60% of people in Africa are women. But women are not in position to work or to decide, and I think we can do something about how to make money with Joomla if you are a woman in Africa. And I've started to work on something like that.
Oh, okay.
Can you imagine that in Africa, when we talk about women, it's more than 1 billion women. It's more than 1 billion, and most of them are very young. 24 years old in average. So
right.
Yes, we can develop Joomla, but to do that, I don't know in English, but we have to work much more harder than today. If we want to, we can do.
That's a really neat strategy, too. You're talking about looking at places where people can be taught Joomla. Just to clarify, you didn't say that there are 20 million people in prison in France, did you?
No.
Okay, because I think I would have seen that on the news.
Good one. No, there is 80,000 people in prison.
Okay.
And there is more than 15 million people retired, and there is less than 3 million students.
I'm a member of the local Chamber of Commerce, and recently someone joined from an organization that is providing housing, helping men recover from drug addiction. And the model that they're following has a 70% success rate, which is excellent. And I asked them, I said, do you have anything there where you teach them how to build a website or how to pick up some tech skills like that? And he said no. And so I think that's a great idea that you have there.
Yeah, it's not my idea, because to be really honest, it's I saw a tweet in November 2014. Yes, 2014. It's about a tweet. It's a project who is currently running in the Saint-Quentin prison. And there is a project, and it's the inmates can learn coding in prison. So they have computers, but of course without internet connection.
Yeah. And you know what? That fits in with the idea of community. We talk about Joomla being a community, but part of community is not just taking care of each other. And there's always discussions about how we can do that. Even today, I saw a post come out about how does Joomla recognize its volunteers and the work that people are doing and try to build things more positive. Community is not only about caring for each other, but it's also being active in improving the lives of others. You know, not that we are a charity and that's our primary focus, but if you're going to be a community, you're going to gain a lot by helping people who are in need of a hand up or of some skills, even just the interaction to show interest in them, and that is going to pay off in huge dividends for us as a community in our own lives and in our own businesses.
I really like the idea about the schools, because we can obviously apply a similar approach in our community as well, getting students, wherever you are, wherever you live as a volunteer, and teaching people around you Joomla, whether that be a prison, whether that be, your house, your office. And obviously, you give a couple of hours a month or a couple of hours a week, you put up a curriculum and follow that along. And like Tim said, it's going to pay dividends in the long run.
It's time for rapid fire.
All right, I'm going to ask you some quick questions. You're going to give some quick answer, Daniel, right?
Okay.
What are your favorite Joomla extensions other than Akiba Backup, Daniel?
Admin tools. It's really powerful. I can use it on a small website or a big website. So everything I need is in admin tools. So I can use it with my eye closed. So for me, it's perfect.
What is one thing that you'd like to change about Joomla, assuming you were in charge?
I would like to change, I think, the way we promote Joomla. When I say that, it don't mean that the way actually it's promoting is bad. But maybe I would love to promote or to create differently.
What is something you like or love about Joomla?
Oh, easy, the community. I'm a very small part of this community, and we are all a piece of this puzzle. And yes, community is really what I love, really, about Joomla.
Name someone whom you adore for their contribution in Joomla.
Let's talk about women.
Spoken like a true Frenchman.
Yes, 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 yes. I would love, I mentioned, of course, Rowan, Alison, Sandra. Yes, yes, women, women. Um, we can say what we want because we are men, but we need women in this business. We need women.
Of course. Well, we need women everywhere. Like you said, in Africa, the population, majority of population is women, and if we could get them to learn Joomla, that'd be beneficial. Yeah, 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 sure.
Or like in India, there is many women.
Yeah, so the workforce is not equal. I think in developing countries, whether that be majority of Asia or majority of Africa, both these continents, the workforce of male and female is not equal. Most of the women, majority of the women are still either homemakers or housewives or whatever you call them in your culture, and it'd be good to get them out of that thing and get them in as part of the workforce so they can make decisions that are not only beneficial for the whole community but specifically for beneficial for women as well. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Last question. Since you're a developer, what operating system and coding editor do you use?
I'm not really a developer like you or
Tim. Yeah, like Tim. Say like Tim. Yeah.
like Tim. Yeah. I work with Notepad.
You Notepad++, right?
Yes, that's it.
And what operating system do you use? Windows, Mac, Linux?
Windows.
Windows. And that's the end of Rapid Fire.
Daniel, is there anything that we didn't ask you that you want to mention?
We didn't talk about the next Joomla World Conference. I'm sad. I'm really sad because, I'm sad, much more sad for the team who are leading this project because they had to cancel and to decide to cancel the World Conference this year. And I think for them it's something very cruel. I think it's a very difficult decision to decide to cancel the World Conference. So I'm sad for them. And after second point, I'm sad, of course, for me because I won't be able to meet my friends and my, as I used to say, my family, my Joomla family in London. But
okay, well, there's always the backup location of Brittany.
Everybody can come in Brittany.
We can always hang out on your front porch or something like that, right?
You can come in Brittany and you come back in your country and your city and your family with some delicious biscuits we have here.
And some escargot. Hey, Daniel, how can people reach out to you if they want to get in touch with you? What's your Twitter handle?
It's web_OEAU_net.
At web_EAU_net.
That's it.
On Facebook, you're Daniel Net.
Yes, that's it.
And anyone that wants to make sure they have the right Daniel Net can look to see who your friends are, and you'll see a bunch of Joomla people on there. And of course, we're going to post all that information in the notes for this podcast. The show notes. Daniel, thanks for coming on today. That was really great to meet you, get to know more about what you're doing. And thank you for all of your volunteering and all of your role in Joomla.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you very much for the invitation for the podcast. It was a great surprise for me to be invited, but thank you very much.
Well, and spread the word to others that they want to be on here, and you can even invite them.
Okay, I will. No problem.
That would be great.
Tim, that's a wrap for episode 7. As always, it's kind of okay spending time with you and great spending time with the Joomla community.
It's always fun to do this with you, Chetan. I really enjoy getting to know Daniel better. He seems like a true gentleman, regardless of all that weird stuff he wants me to eat. But seriously, each interview we do makes me want to go to a Joomla meetup or event and get to know these people in person.
Me too.
JoomCast is recorded live on location via tin cans and strings pulled tight across the continents and oceans. If you want to reach Chetan personally, his Twitter handle is at Chetan Madaan, ChetanMadaan. And if you want to reach me, Tim Davis, you can reach me at Basic Joomla. We welcome your comments and ideas and suggestions for guests for JoomCast. Tweet us at JoomCast, or if you're listening to us on Anchor.fm, hold the message button and leave us a comment. We might actually even use it on air. Until next time, enjoy your Joomla sites.
Thanks for tuning in. God bless.